There's no need to be shy. This is Jerry Butler, and I'm standing at this vendor's booth here at the Galactic convention, and I'm seeing this wonderful sign that has just drawn my attention saying, "The Great Waves of Change." So the very first person that I actually happen to run into is Aaron. Now, Aaron, what is it that you do exactly? What is this all about that you have going on?
Okay, the reason we're at this conference is to present to the world essentially a preparation for contact with intelligent life. The preparation that's presented here is serious and sober. This is not about Space Brothers and standing on the roof with a flashlight to wave them in. This is serious. This is dealing with intelligent life in the universe. And the work that's presented in New Knowledge Library is the result of a body of work, a life of work by Marshall Dion Summers. And what we have here at the table is a wide range of material that is really required for human beings to begin to educate themselves about the reality of contact and how we as a race are going to deal with it.
So exactly how did you stumble into this? I mean, nothing happens by happenstance. Were you actually one who has had contact, formal contact yourself, or this is it's the type of subject matter that just makes your hair stand up on the back of your neck, that really tickles you pink, to make you say, I want to do this, I want to hear more about it? How does this come about?
Well, probably not either of those, but maybe closer to the second than the first. I have always had an interest in the broader aspects of what is possible in life, and certainly intelligent life from beyond has been a part of that. And I know the time that I was born into and that we were born into, humanity began its first ventures into space.
Is this part of the MUFON movement or anything, or connected in any manner, or have it sharing its similarities?
Well, only in that we support MUFON and we're friends of MUFON. But MUFON is really directed towards finding physical evidence. Our information is really much more directed towards the acceptance that there is intelligent life. Now, what are we going to do about it?
Okay, so let's go over a little of the information as I pan over here. Like we see the great waves of change, navigating the difficult times ahead. How did you happen to come up with this catchphrase, and what does that denote, or what is the meaning behind that?
Okay, well, The Great Waves of Change is Marshall's latest book. It was published just last week. And it really is meant to set forth for humanity both a clear picture of the seriousness of the situation on the planet relative to everything from environment, resource depletion, war, poverty, overpopulation, all of those problems that we face, but problems that we face in a larger context, and that is also dealing with the presence of intelligent life on our planet and what they're doing here. So there's been this convergence of problems that we face now that's also an opportunity for humanity. All of that material is presented in The Great Waves, both the problems and the hope.
Now, I notice you're about to put a package together for me, and I see the UFO journal. Could you kind of give me a brief insight on what exactly we have here, Aaron, in terms of what type of advertisement package that I would have, or what one would actually have if they came to your booth to get an just a brief synopsis of what's going on? What exactly do you have here?
Well, we have, and what we're giving you is a package that's a little bit different, although some of this is available to the general public as well. In particular, at this conference, what we are emphasizing is this particular briefing about the ethics of contact, because up to this point, there have been no ground rules, there are no rules of engagement, there's nothing been formalized relative to an extraterrestrial presence. So what are we dealing with here? What's going on? Why is it happening? and how are we as a race going to deal with other races? I mean, think of the situation of when the Europeans showed up on the shores of North America, the resource explorers. That's what we have going on here. And there were no rules of engagement, and you see what happened. We have the same situation here. So one of the things in this preparation that is included in this preparation is information about what we need to do to prepare and how to engage with very sophisticated races from beyond.
Okay, now you said a new book had just come out just as of this week, and who is the author of that book, Aaron?
It's Marshall Vian Summers.
And what is the name of that book, and how can others find this book, and where can it be found?
Great. It's called The Great Waves of Change. And it's the latest and the greatest, if you will, in terms of most recent information. You can get it at Amazon.com. You can also get it, you can order it through Barnes & Noble or any of your
and again,
local bookstores.
What is the author's name?
His name is Marshall Vian Summers.
Okay, now, is it possible that maybe you could do a little networking for me and maybe get me in touch with Marshall, because he sounds like a phenomenal guest that I would just love to have on the show so that we can set up something and go from there?
Great. I'd be happy to do it. I know Marshall would be delighted to be on your show and to talk about this. This is his work in life, and any opportunity such as you present, I know he'd really be interested in participating.
Well, Aaron, I'd like to thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to receiving a phone call from you so that I can put you all on the show so that you can then blast this out to all of the people that you have in your email address, and then we can take it from there. And also, I'd like to thank all of your fine staff workers that you have as well, who acted as volunteers to be so very supportive in helping you. And thank you once again.
Thank you.